Welcome to a new chapter of Social Studies in Class 5, Chapter 7. The name of the chapter is The Savanna Region. The Savanna Region. Tropical grasslands are known as savannas. Tropical grasslands are called the savannas. There are mainly two types of grasslands are there. Tropical grasslands and temperate grasslands. Tropical grasslands and temperate grasslands. Tropical grasslands are called the savannas. Tropical grasslands are called the savannas. What is meant by grasslands? The places where grass grows extensively are called grasslands. The places where grass grows extensively. What is the meaning of extensively? Covering over a great area. Covering over a great area or widely. So the places where grass grows extensively or widely are called grasslands. And what is the or where is the location of the grasslands? Where is the location of the grasslands? Grasslands are situated between the latitudes of 5 degree and 20 degree and between 30 degree and 45 degree on either side of the equator. So grasslands are situated between the latitudes of 5 degree and 20 degree and between the 30 degree and 45 degree on either side of the equator. What is meant by equator? That already you studied. The value of the equator is 0 degree. The longest latitude is the equator. The value of the equator is 0 degree. So the grasslands are situated between the latitudes of 5 degree and 20 degree and between 30 degree and 45 degree on either side of the equator. Then grasslands in different regions are named differently. Grasslands in different regions are named differently. And which are the or what are the different names of grasslands in different regions? Steppes in Eurasia. What is the name of the grasslands in Eurasia? Steppes. Steppes in Eurasia. Then prairies in North America. The grasslands of North America is known as prairies. Prairies in North America. Pampas in South America. Pampas in South America. The grasslands of South America is known as Pampas. Then Wales in South Africa. Wales in South Africa. And Downs in Australia. What is the name of the grasslands in Australia? Downs. Downs in Australia. These are all temperate grasslands. And all these are steppes, prairies, pampas, wets, downs, all these are temperate grasslands. So mainly two types of grasslands are there, temperate grasslands and tropical grasslands. Temperate grasslands and tropical grasslands. The tropical grasslands are called savannas. The tropical grasslands are called savannas. And the places where grass grows extensively or widely are called grasslands. And the grasslands are situated between the latitudes of 5 degree and 20 degree and between 30 degree and 45 degree on either side of the equator. And different grasslands are there in different regions and they are named differently. Steppes in Eurasia, prairies in North America, pampas in South America, Wets in South Africa, Downs in Australia. And all these are temperate grasslands. And all these are temperate grasslands. Then we are going to learn more about savannas. We are going to learn more about savannas. And already we studied that tropical grasslands are called the savannas. Tropical grasslands are called the savannas. Tropical grasslands are called the savannas. The grass in the savannas grows very tall to a height of about 20 feet. The grass in the savannas grows very tall to a height of 20 feet. And this tall grass is not quite nourishing for the cattle. Nourishing means promoting growth. It never promote growth of the cattle. So this tall grass is not quite nourishing for the cattle. And the rainfall is very low in these lands. The rainfall is very low in these lands. So what are the peculiarities of the savannas? And tropical grasslands are called the savannas, and the grass in the savannas grows very tall, about 20 feet height. And this tall grass is not quite suitable for cattle, and this tall grass is not quite nourishing for the cattle, and rainfall is very less in this region. And savannas are famous for animal wealth. Savannas are famous for animal wealth. And which are the animals we can see here? The important animals of these lands are deer, antelopes, giraffe, bisons, elephants, moose, slugs, monkeys, and many kind of birds. Which are the animals found in this region? Which are they? The important animals found in this region are deer, antelopes, giraffes, bisons, elephants, moose, stags, monkeys, and many kind of birds. Now, what is the meaning of muse? M-U-L-E-S, muse. The offspring of a donkey and a horse. The offspring of a donkey and a horse is known as muse. And stags. Stags means a male deer. Stags means a male deer. And some poisonous flies called tsetse are also found here. Some poisonous means causing or capable of death or illness. Causing or capable of death or illness. So some poisonous flies called which one? Tsetse. Tsetse, that also found here. Tsetse. How it pronounce? Tsetse. And an African blood-sucking fly is known as tsetse. It is an African blood-sucking fly, and it also seen in savannas region. And antelopes. What is the meaning of antelopes? It is an animal like a deer. It is an animal like a deer. So which are the animals found in the savannas region? Which are they? Deer, antelopes, giraffe, monkeys, and many kind of birds and tsetse. And these are the animals found in the savannas region. And what are the other features of the savannas region? The population of this region is very less. The population of this region is very less. The population of this grassland is thin. Thin means very less. And the main occupation of the people is hunting and agriculture. What are the main occupation of this region? Of this people? Hunting and agriculture. Hunting and agriculture are the main occupation of the people of savanna region. And the important crops raised by the farmers are rice, corn, wheat, sugarcane, peas, cotton, etc. And which are the important crops of savanna region? Which are they? Rice, corn, wheat, sugarcane, peas, cotton, etc. So the population is very less or thin, and occupation is hunting and agriculture. Crops are rice, corn, wheat, sugarcane, peas, cotton, etc. And the standard of life of the people has improved with the advancement of science and technology. So with the advancement of science and technology, the standard of living is improved. So with the advancement of science and technology, the standard of the living of these people improved. And modern facilities are available in this region. So modern facilities are available in this region. Irrigation is provided for cultivation. Irrigation is provided for cultivation. So already we studied that the main occupation, which one? Agriculture and hunting. For the agriculture, irrigation is needed. Rainfall is very less here. That's why irrigation is needed. What is the meaning of irrigation? Supply of water to land or crops. Supply of water to land is known as irrigation. So irrigation is provided for cultivation. Irrigation is Next is the temperate grasslands. Temperate grasslands. The grass of the temperate grasslands does not grow very tall. The grass of the temperate grasslands does not grow very tall. Already we see that tropical grasslands are very tall. How much is the height of the grasslands in tropical region? Tropical grasslands are about 20 feet. But temperate grasslands does not grow very tall. A special type of grass called alfalfa grows in the pampas. A special type of grass called, what is the name of that special type of grass? Alfalfa. Alfalfa grows in the pampas. Pampas is the name of the grasslands in South America. Pampas is the grasslands in South America. So there we can see a special type of grass. The name of that grass is alfalfa. Alfalfa. A-L-F-A-L-F-A. Alfalfa. How it pronounced? Alfalfa. And this grass is good for the animals and cattle. So alfalfa is good for the animals and cattle. And the people of these areas are nomads. The people of these areas are nomads. The people of temperate grasslands are nomads. What is the meaning of nomad? A person who does not stay long in the same place is known as nomads. A person who does not stay in the same place for a long time is known as nomads. That means wanderer. Okay, wanderer. So, a nomad is a member of a group of people who travel from place to place rather than living in one place all time. So, a person who does not stay long in the same place is known as nomad. So, the people of the temperate grasslands are nomads. Then, cattle rearing is an important occupation of the people. Cattle rearing is an important occupation of the people in temperate grasslands. And already we saw that in the tropical grasslands, what are the main occupation of that place? What are hunting and agriculture. Hunting and agriculture. But here in the temperate grasslands, cattle rearing is an important occupation of these people. Leather and meat canning industries are common here. Leather and meat canning industries are common here. What is the meaning of canning? Canning means a method of preserving food. It is a method of preserving food. Canning is a method of preserving food. So, canning and meat canning and leather industries are common in in temperate grasslands. And canned meat means meat preserved in a can or tin. It is known as canned meat. So, canning and leather industries are common in the temperate grasslands. In the temperate grasslands. Next, we are going to learn about ranches. Ranches. Large farm is known as ranches. Large farm is known as ranches. So, cattle and sheep breeding farms are known as ranches. Cattle and sheep breeding farms are known as ranches. Breeding. What is the meaning of breeding? Process of producing young ones is known as breeding. Process of producing young ones are known as breeding. So, cattle and sheep breeding farms are known as ranches. Cattle and sheep breeding farms are known as ranches. So, the herdsman is called a rancher. The headman is called a rancher. The headsman is called a rancher. So, who is a headman? The owner or keeper of a herd of domesticated animal is known as headsman. The owner or keeper of a herd means a group of domesticated animals. Herd means large group of animals. Herd means large group of animals. So, the headsman is also called a rancher. So ranches means cattle and sheep breeding farms are known as ranches. The headsman is called a rancher. And he controls the herds by riding on a horse. The rancher or the headsman control the herds by riding on a horse. He controls the animals by riding on a horse. In very big ranches, they use helicopters for controlling the animals. In very big ranches, the herder use which one? Helicopters for controlling the animals. And the ranches extended up to hundreds of square kilometers. Ranches extended up to hundreds of kilometers kilometers. And cattle are transported to modern slaughterhouses in specially built rail coaches. Cattle are transported to modern slaughterhouses in specially built rail coaches. What is the meaning of slaughter? Slaughter means killing of animals for food. What is the meaning of slaughter? Killing of animals for food. It is known as slaughter. So, cattle are transported to modern slaughterhouses in specially built rail coaches. And Chicago is the main center for slaughtering animals. Which is the main center for slaughtering animals? Chicago. Chicago is the main center for slaughtering animals. Chicago is the main center for slaughtering animals. What is the meaning of slaughter? Killing for animals. Killing animals for food. Killing of animals for food. Killing of animals for food is known as slaughtering. Then, which are the main crops grown in the temperate grasslands? Which are the main crops grown in the temperate grasslands? Wheat, corn, barley, oats and cotton. These are the main or chief crops grown in the temperate grasslands. Which are the main crops grown in the temperate grasslands? Which are they? Yes, wheat, corn, barley, oats and cotton. These are the main or chief crops grown in temperate grasslands. And dairying and woolen industries are well developed. Here, dairying and woolen industries are well developed. What is the meaning of dairying? Dairying means the business of producing, storing and distributing milk and milk product. It is known as dairying. The business of producing, storing and distributing milk and its products is known as dairying. Dairying and woolen industries are well developed in these areas. Then America and Canada are considered the granaries. America and Canada are considered the granaries. Which are considered the granaries of this region? America and Canada. America and Canada are considered the granaries. What is meant by granary? What is meant by granary? Storehouse for storing grain. Storehouse for storing the grain is known as granaries. Which are the famous granaries of this region? America and Canada. America and Canada are considered the granaries. Then they supply a large part of the world's wheat. They supply a large part of the world's wheat. Who supply a large part of the world's wheat? America and Canada. So, these are the important features of the temperate and tropical grasslands. I hope that the chapter is clear. Read the chapter several times and study the notes. Thank you.